believe that Lucifer might exist, but their wizardry is all about Hollywood. It's all about putting things on the screen. It's all about dumbing us down. And there are some people at the top who realize that there was never a supernatural element to it, but the dupes, the ones in the middle, like Epstein, like Bill and Hillary Clinton, they're operatives. They were duped all along, thinking, oh wow, Lucifer is guiding all of this. And now I think they're beginning to realize it was the Wizard of Oz behind the whatever the whole time, and the Wizard of Oz was David Rockefeller and Bill Gates and these kinds of sinister folks who knew the entire time that they were pulling a fast one on all these people, and that it really
I've even noticed the body language on CNN. We can play this, but and on CBS everywhere is they're now not kissing Gates' ass. They're like laughing at him and giving him dirty looks because they know everyone in their family hates him now. He's like the most hated person on earth. Wow, let's talk about that, ladies and gentlemen, on the other side, and then let's get into the election, the rioting, the left escalating into full-on civil war. With Patrick Howley, I'm Alex Jones, your host. But the biggest vaccine news ever, breaking from the UN itself. Remember, their own scientists came out last year and said what we're doing is wrong. Maybe they have a soul. When I put up this graphic for TV viewers, this graphic for radio listeners, I'm not exaggerating, that you've got the dam of the republic and what's left of freedom of speech, and the Second Amendment is symbolized by InfoWars as the tip of the spear. And you've got the destructive force of communism just waiting to crush you and your family. I need to hold on as long as possible. And so I'm telling you, go to InfoWarsStore.com, get your high-quality storable food. It's drop shipped by my patriot, super high quality, 1 to 2 weeks before the big rush comes, and order the supplements. Because I got to tell you, I have to make the decision in the next week on whether I'm going to have everything go to full price because we can't get most of the supplements anymore because the supply chain's breaking down, not just for us, but everybody. I won't get the crap that they got out there and downgrade our products and, reformulate them and make them weak. I'm telling you, stuff's breaking down. It's bad, okay? And it's not just that. It's all the other attacks. And so we're going to be in this together. I don't feel sorry for myself. I'm sorry for America. And when Trump gets back in, which they're going to probably not be able to stop him because America's waking up, they're going to bring in the depression. I don't know how he's going to hold it off. They've paid off all the right-wing pundits to say, oh, we're devaluing things. The dollar's dead. Trump shouldn't be doing stimulus. If we do the stimulus, we're going to totally collapse. That's their plan. Of course, what he's doing long-term will be bad. We don't have a choice anymore. Anybody that understands economics knows that. We need political power and control of our country because it's ideology that can build everything back. If we don't have the ideology of the Republic and America and freedom, it won't matter. They're making their move. I'm getting chills right now. Every channel, every show, the dollar's dead, America's over. Wall Street now bearish on the dollar. On and on and on. They're making their move. And empires and republics fall very incrementally and from rotting within, but then finally like an old barn when a tornado comes by, they blow down. And they're huffing and they're puffing trying to blow our barn down. And Trump's trying to put in some new logs, put in some new spikes, put in some new nails. He's trying to shore things up with sandbags because the storm's here. And it's the global government New World Order storm that bring down the republic and bring in the post-human era and lock everything down. And Trump's fighting the lockdown. So everything InfoWars has done for 26 years, everything you've done in your life, being informed and being involved, is building toward this point. And this isn't a normal time. And I know you know that. And I salute you and I thank you. But when you call in thanking me for trying to self-preserve myself and you, we're in the same boat, brother. So I get it. I appreciate you just as much as you appreciate me. But I'm telling you, this is serious. And the country needs to be prayed for, and you need to pray for yourself. And I'm telling you, we make it easy. We got things that make your life better. We got things that are essential you need. And we've got the information warfare. You've got the power. Use it. You need a 4-stage ion filter. We have the best, lowest price. And that's what I do. We have the best durable food. Highest quality you're going to get unless you pay 5 times more. InfoWarsStore.com. The best prices. It's all there. But we've only got the ability to do business now. We're not going to have it much longer if the enemy has their way. I'm telling you. I used to say support InfoWars, rescue InfoWars. Save yourself, save the world. We're in this together. Because let me tell you something. Communism's up here. InfoWars is the dam blocking it, which is all of us together supporting. And you and I are all down here with our families. My children are right here with pedophiles and devil worshippers and forced inoculations and FEMA camps coming for us and war. If we don't fix this now, we're going to have to fight. So we're trying to hold the dam against the Satanists and the armies of hell. We pray to Jesus Christ and our Heavenly Father to lead, guide, and direct us against this enemy. But I need money to fight a war. And I need word of mouth. And I need prayer. And I need action. Because that dam's going to come down. That dam's already got holes in it. And the enemy's telling you, don't stick your fingers in it. Don't block it. Everything's fine. Peaches and cream are on the other side. No! You know it's not peaches and cream. Trump's
brutal assault on the lies of the New World Order. It's Alex Jones.
Since I mentioned it, here's Kamala Harris saying she wouldn't trust the vaccine now that Trump's pushing it. Perfect reverse psychology. They just took the bait. There it is.
So let's just say there's a vaccine that is approved and even distributed before the election. Would you get it?
Well, I think that's going to be an issue for all of us. I will say that I would not trust Donald Trump, and it would have to be a credible source of information that talks about the efficacy and the reliability of whatever he's talking about. I will not take his word for it. He wants us to inject bleach. No, I will not.
Never said that, you liar. Okay, so I was in the coffee room with Owen Schroyer about 4 months ago, and he said, I know we don't do reverse psychology, but maybe Trump should come out for the vaccines. I said, that's a very dangerous game. He did that with the gun stuff. And even though he didn't say I'm for the gun control, he said, tell me what you want, we'll probably do it. And then he got her to reveal herself, that look her face. I was let in on that. I'm not trying to brag, just on key things Trump's smart. It's like, let Jones know I'm manipulating these people. That's why they're so pissed, because he is smarter than them. But it's a very dangerous game. But the question is, what is it like to see Bill Gates say, I want to depopulate the earth, but now I want to give you a shot. Now I want to put something in your body, and he's not even a doctor. And then now they've been tricked from saying it's safe and effective to admitting that, it's really dangerous, something Trump first said. I mean, if anything's 3, 4, 5D chess, this is it, Patrick. I don't mean to go back to another subject. I've got plenty of subjects to cover, but this is crazy.
And we've made Kamala Harris an establishment politician, an anti-vaxxer, which is fascinating. This issue cuts across all lines. I was just at a store, and there was a young black man who was laughing along with me when I was making fun of Bill Gates in front of everyone, as I always do. I make a scene wherever I go now when I don't wear a mask. And he was laughing along with me. This cuts across racial lines. So many people get it. This kind of unifying anti-scamdemic sentiment among all of the people is something that can counteract the racial division that they're cooking up, can counteract the
And
race
even the
bias,
empty talking heads that turns out Bill Gates paid a couple $100 million to those networks to promote him, they even diss him on air because they know he's a mentally ill, eugenicist, crazy person that everyone turned against. I mean, wow, they must know the real numbers. I know they've got a lot of schematics. What do you think? I mean, is Gates the most unpopular person in modern history now?
Absolutely. He's losing power. He's finally losing power. And you have to understand, since our money isn't really backed up by anything, their power through finance is also illusionary in terms of...
It's faith then. Absolutely. It's all about faith.
Yeah. And if there is an economic reset, or if there's a big disturbance like the kind they are bringing about, then they will lose power. They will strip themselves of their own power because of their arrogance and their stupidity.
Well,
They're not the establishment.
Patrick, I don't think I know. They implemented this out of panic. Now they're even more panicked. My concern is, what may they pull next to get out of this? Because they keep like degenerate gamblers just doubling down here.
Yep, the riots are now being counteracted by Trump and the federal government. The mask thing is overreach. Everybody knows that it's overreach. Only Antifa wants people to go around and wear masks at this point. And there are mask burnings. There are anti-mask rallies. People are against them. They're finally waking up that it's humanity against the insect people. And I don't mean that literally. They're just very, very misguided, delusional elitists here on planet Earth. Yeah, sociopathic. But finally, we have done what I thought Trump was always going to do as soon as he first ran, and we've gotten to the point where we've basically broken down the right versus left paradigm that they keep us locked in on cable news, and we've gotten to a point where it is humanity against the social controllers. And I knew Trump, being a brilliant guy, even if he didn't necessarily see that this was all going to go down the way that it is, he navigating this has helped us to get to this point.
He's like a jazz player. He knows how to roll with the punches.
He does, yes. It's brilliant to watch, and it's fascinating to watch. And he has the right people around him, like Peter Navarro and Mark Meadows, thankfully, who are plugged into what he's doing.
What are they going to do when he wins in a landslide, which they already admit their internal numbers show? People still need to vote, though, folks, because we're going to have to... because at first, we'll look like we won, but they're going to they're going to pull secession, rioting. What does Trump do at that point? Because then you can't have the military and police stand down when they're burning everything down to destroy the dollar. Because they admit their next thing is destroy the dollar. And that's what the Democrats know. If everybody actually goes bankrupt and our dollar's worthless and we go into a civil war, I mean, you're going to be blamed, jerks, not Trump. I mean, people are going to be pissed, man.
Every election since 2014, I've been in some kind of a war room, and I've always caught their shenanigans because I see them developing before other people. In 2016, they were going to withhold Milwaukee. Oh, well, there's a problem in Milwaukee. We might not get the results tonight, right? You have to monitor CNN. You have to monitor what they're doing in real time. 2018, Florida, they announced on Fox News Ron DeSantis wins. Then all of a sudden I get a call. Oh, they're gonna mess everything up in Broward County. What happens? It drags on in Broward County, Florida, where they're pushing ballots through the airport late at night. It drags on in Georgia, and our people had to go down there and win for the GOP in Georgia because Stacey Abrams was finding all of these votes in Fulton County. So this time they've had 4 years to plan this out. Stacey Abrams is still involved in their strategic, what they're doing. The Obama machine is much more involved this time than they were last time. They sat last one out basically because they didn't like Hillary. This time you've got the Obama people running it, who are the most deceptive people in the world and a little bit smarter than Hillary. And what they're going to do is they're going to call down to CNN and they're going to say, hey, Wolf, you're not going to call this tonight. There's no way in heck that Wolf Blitzer is going to call this tonight. I don't like Fox News.
They've already put out the pre-talking point. Do not call it. They're going to drag it out.
Yeah, so that's why you need Fox News to call it, but Fox News isn't going to, I don't think. And then,
And Facebook and Google says they will not carry anyone, including Trump's announcement of victory. Well, I mean, you talk about like a proletariat, or like the Politburo, not proletariat, the Politburo sitting up and deciding who gets in. This is crazy.
Yeah, and Alex, you've got to do an election night show because you have got to counteract these
Yes,
people.
don't worry, we're going to be on the air then. God willing, there's kind of things on there.
There's this guy at Breitbart who is the deputy managing editor who they plugged in last week's the election last time, trying to get Breitbart to call the election for Hillary early that night. It all happens in real time. It's a fight. It's a real fight against these
Well,
people.
no, as soon as it shows he's got the electoral numbers, as soon as it shows majority of votes tallied, we'll say projected Trump win, and we'll call it what we really think it is. And obviously, all the real numbers show he's totally delivered. They've seen the attack in the Russia game. He's fabulously popular. Americans don't like being bullied. It's like Hitler bombing London to make him give up, and it made it go from 90% against the war to 98% for a new war. I don't know, why does the left think bullying always works? I just don't understand it.
And they haven't set up their apparatus to even prepare for what happens once they destabilize this country. They think that they pumped out enough hate out there and they have enough money that whatever, just let it burn and see if America can go down
Well, exactly. They'll
organically.
just fly off in private jets and just see if it works. But next time, the globalists and Soros, there's not criminal investigations. They need to pay for what they've done.
That's absolutely right. And by the way, I'm breaking a story about how Nancy Pelosi rented office space to California First Five, which was chaired by Rob Reiner, of all people, Meathead, and the legendary pedophile William Ayers was the figurehead of this group. I have the lease. It's all coming out. It's all going to come out this week.
Oh, yeah, Rob Reiner works behind the scenes.
Yeah, Tom Pepper and I are doing an anti-mask rally that's going to make worldwide headlines on Tuesday morning. Very peaceful, by the way. Very peaceful rally. It's going to kick off the greatest week in the history of independent journalism. And I'm proud to call you my brother, Alex Jones.
You too, brother. Where is that demonstration going to be?